Hey guys, welcome back to my home office slash studio. In this video, I want to discuss auditions and share my funny kind of experience, what recently happened. So I relocated to San Antonio, Texas over a year ago, a year and 1 month ago. And the music scene here is interesting. It doesn't really exist to the same extent as it did in New York City. There's a lot of music, but it tends to be kind of centered in Austin. But there's still live performances in a bunch of bars. You can catch your cover bands or country music bands, sometimes singer songwriters, and so forth. But it's nowhere on the same scale as in other places. Anyway, so I got bored of not playing my guitar for almost a year, and I decided to go on Craigslist, and I found this ad looking for a guitarist. Okay, so I reached out and got a response. Oh, we're auditioning a guitarist. We'll let you know. Then finally, that singer got back to me. Oh, okay, they all fell through, so you can audition. So sure, let's do this. Give me songs, and I will, play those songs at the audition. And I got a list of about 12 songs. I'm like, look, let's just narrow it down. It's too much stuff. So okay, fine. So we lowered that list. We reduced that list to 9 songs. And with me, I hadn't played guitar in almost a year, like played out. So it was a good opportunity to just, remember how to program my helix, remember how to play, get my calluses back. So fine, I went and did my presets, learned all the licks, lifted them exactly as the song goes, or if they're, for example, I figured out how to do Shake It Off by, what's her face, Taylor Swift, and I figured out all the different tricks. I uploaded a video last month on my channel, how to do synth pads, and also figured out how to do Rehab by Amy Winehouse, how to do the horns and the electric piano sounds. So I was like, wow, this is exciting. And then blah blah blah, we met up at an audition, and nobody knew a single song. Not a single song. There was actually one original song that was sent to me. I nailed it pretty much. Nobody knew a single song. The drummer kept just slowing down. The bassist, I don't know if he had some kind of tremors or Parkinson's, but he was just like playing like that. He took out his phone to look up the chords, and it was just a complete amateur hour. But just before that rehearsal, it was like, we're changing gears. We're going on tour. We met up with this Motown producer, this Motown, let's call him Motown John. He used to work at Motown. He knew the founder of Motown. He met Michael Jackson. He's producing music. He's going to give us a record deal. We're going to go on tour. We're going to record and perform original music. We're going to make lots of money. It's like, I mean, obviously, such a fairy tale. But I was like, humor me. Let's see what's going to happen. Anyways, long story short, after that one rehearsal, like, so what did you guys think? Are we ready to do this new project? I'm like, well, I didn't hear, I haven't heard the band performing. Nobody knew the parts. So how about we, meet up once more, figure out what to do from then. But if nobody knows the songs, it's, how can I say that, oh yeah, this is definitely something I'd love to do. So that was kind of a red flag. But again, I ignored it because to me, it was important to get back into guitar, which I ultimately did. And now I'm back in my former shape, and I'm ready to to perform. I got my calluses, I got my endurance back. I uh, dialed in a bunch of sounds, which wound up being throwaway work. But sometimes, like for example, I'm auditioning for this other band next week, also a cover band. And if you have a lot of presets, in my case on my Helix, I can just browse through my previously created presets and just copy it and modify it slightly. So if you have already figured out certain tricks, there's a pretty good chance that later on down the line you may need to reuse that same exact trick or that sound or whatever. So anyway, that was that audition. And I'm like, okay, let's meet up one more time. Okay, sounds good. uh, uh, Two more songs got added to the list, and then the rehearsal didn't happen because of personal reasons. Then the rehearsal did not happen because the bass player did not realize we had a rehearsal. And then an email got sent, oh yeah, blah blah blah, we're going as a duo because we don't have time to learn the material. Just me and the Motown John, who plays the guitar, are going to go on tour. It's like such a sad, pathetic uh, thing. But sure, whatever. So I had fun with it. I wrote back in a snarky way about what I think about all of these Motown Johns and so forth. Well, it was kind of courteous, but in a kind of jabbing kind of way, if you know how I am. So basically, in the email, I stated what the lessons learned were, and the lesson learned is, first of all, don't believe all the nonsense, all the fairy tales. I mean, I knew from the very beginning this was baloney, absolute baloney. I've never heard of this guy who's, I mean, who's supposed to be this like legendary. I don't know what he did exactly at Motown. Maybe he was a janitor. Who knows? I've never heard him. I looked up this person. He has like, on Facebook, he has just very low digit follows, maybe like 20 something people following him. No videos, Googled his name, nothing. The singer, same, like I don't have a serious Instagram account, or my YouTube channel is yet to reach 1,000 people, 1,000 subscribers. Hers is like, again, 25 or something like that. So it's just a lesson learned. I mean, obviously, don't believe the hype. Don't believe all the, we're going to get a record deal, all that stuff. I knew was nonsense from the beginning. And most importantly, if you're auditioning for a band, negotiate to play maybe 2, 3, 4 songs, but don't learn like 20 songs. That's absurd. Because in my case, I think I learned ultimately like 11 songs. What am I going to do with these 11 songs? Absolutely nothing. I remember when I auditioned many years ago, like 15, 20 years ago now. Man. Okay, let's say 20 years ago, I auditioned for this band, and I was given 4 songs. I showed up, played them, and I got into the band. 4 songs. I didn't have to learn 9 songs or 20 songs. That's ridiculous. So yeah, it's just funny how some people are kind of delusional, and that singer, in my opinion, is a bit delusional. Although she has a great voice, she has a fantastic voice. I gotta say that. And the songs, the original songs, are freaking kick-ass. They're, in my opinion, not quite fully finished, but with a few tweaks, it could be just like a really banging, slapping song, like really great. I don't know who the guitar player is, but and I wish I could come up with cool parts like that, so tight and so interesting. But it's also kind of dated. Nobody needs these long and shreddy solos. That's not in vogue nowadays, to have a solo for like a minute. It's no longer, the 70s or the early 80s. Anyway, so thanks for listening to me ramble, and just let's see what happens at this next audition. And funny enough, I said don't learn more than 4 songs. This band gave me 8 songs. But again, I'm doing it because it's a good excuse to remember how to play more stuff. And since I'm trying to be in this cover band / wedding band circuit, the more songs I know, the better. Anyways, toodles. Bye, y'all.